you to know they're there.
Greetings, Earthlings! Welcome back to 7th Street.
If you want to know what is going on, you have to listen to me.
I've listened.
You have to.
I'm listening.
Because you don't know.
Finally, welcome back to 7th Street. I know that it's been it's been over a month since I've done a video, but it's that same old excuse that I've been really busy with a number of projects that I'll kind of get into at the end of this video. But between being busy and like the holidays coming up, and honestly just kind of like, you know, when you're busy, you kind of have to really be invested in something to constantly keep like the weekly videos uploading. And to be honest, I kind of needed a break. But I'm back to talk about a movie that has been on my short list for a very long time. This was a hard video for me to do because it was hard to accumulate the clips for it. Hopefully this video doesn't get flagged. I'm sure it will. I mean, I know that I'm not gonna like make any ad revenue off of this. I don't on most of my videos. But this was a tough one for me to put together, but I finally decided to just put in the work and fucking go for it. So, without further ado, let's take a look at the 2006 film, Bug.
I don't think you want to stay here.
Oh yeah, why is that?
The place is crawling with these things.
Oh, right, with your little bugs.
We're infested.
Bug is a 2006 psychological horror film that is very different. It didn't have the best release in 2006, at least not that I can recall, and it really is a love it or hate it film. Either viewers come away from this movie like I do, adoring the performances, the isolation of the setting, and the paranoia that this movie induces, or you come away from it like a typical whiny horror fan saying things like, "Oh man, that was boring. Where are the bugs? That wasn't scary at all." The movie opens at the end with a bloodied and dead body laying in a strange room. We then go back in time and meet Agnes White, who is a waitress at a local gay bar and lives in a rundown motel in rural Oklahoma. Unable to move on from the disappearance of her young son that happened some years previously, Agnes now indulges in drugs and alcohol binges with her lesbian friend RC. Lately, Agnes has been plagued by silent telephone calls that she believes are being made by her abusive ex-husband, Jerry, who recently had been released from prison.
I just did a Deuce farm robbery.
Wow.
Guy named Porterfield. You're not related to him, are you?
I don't believe so.
I don't believe so.
One night, RC introduces Agnes to Peter Evans, a drifter who says that he is a recently discharged soldier. Agnes and Peter have an instant connection with one another out of sheer loneliness and start up a relationship that begins just as a friendship but eventually turns romantic. Peter then reveals that he believes he was a subject of biological testing by the US government while he was in the military, and suggests that the anonymous phone calls that Agnes has been receiving have actually been made by government agents in anticipation of Peter's arrival.
I don't know. And I'm not carrying a disease or a contagion. Oh, Jesus. Oh. That's how they start. Typhoid, Legionnaire's disease, the government screw up. AIDS with the fucking monkeys in Africa.
After the two have sex, Peter tells Agnes that their room has become infested by bugs that were sent there by the government as a part of their experiments. Over time, they isolate themselves from the rest of the world, sealing themselves in the room and covering it with fly paper and aluminum foil, and lighting the room with the glow from bug zappers.
So, are the bugs or aren't they?
Some.
No, not some bugs. Don't give me some bugs. Presence of bugs, absence of bugs. The sign outside says vacancies or no vacancies. It doesn't say possibility of vacancies. Now, do we have bugs or not?
Then the real showstopper of the movie comes. Peter, believing that a colony of microscopic bugs was implanted into one of his teeth fillings, tears it out of his face, and then using a child's microscope, he says that he can see the bugs in the remains of his crushed tooth. Oddly, so does Agnes. Near the end of the movie, a doctor arrives and tells Agnes that Peter has escaped while under treatment at a mental institution, and that delusions about insects are a known symptom of Peter's mental illness. Side note, one thing about this scene that always takes me back a little bit is that the doctor, the military doctor, smokes some of their meth. I mean, at least I think it's meth. But this part always confuses me. Like, I know that a lot of people experiment with drugs, but it seems so strange to me that a military doctor would do this so casually. Anyway, Peter emerges from the bathroom and kills the doctor, telling Agnes that he was a robot sent by the government. Together, Peter and Agnes elaborate upon Peter's belief in his conspiracies, including Agnes's son, like he was kidnapped by the government to lead her and Peter to meeting, and that each of them has been infected with bugs in their past, and that they were meant to mate with one another, so that the bugs that were implanted inside of each other could also mate and then would take over the world. In order to prevent this from happening, Agnes and Peter douse each other in gasoline and then set themselves on fire.
It doesn't know where Lloyd is. It doesn't know anything. It only knows what they program it to say. Okay? No, shut up! They can't wait for me to come outside. They've come to collect me. The experiment is over. They've come to pick up their petri dish, and they sent a machine to do it. Agnes, it is a fucking machine. You can see for yourself. They're sending in machines. Okay?
Okay. I don't really understand. You have to explain to me what is going on, Peter.
I love this movie so much, so much. Bug originated as a stage play in 1996, written by Tracy Letts. And just a little side note here, it is my dream to play Peter in the stage version of Bug. I think that I'd do a pretty good job, don't you think? Right? Bug was then adapted for the big screen in 2006 and directed by master filmmaker William Friedkin, who's probably best known for directing the movie The Exorcist. The movie stars Ashley Judd and the vastly underrated, always fantastic Michael Shannon. The movie received mixed reactions from audiences, with some loving it and some being pretty disappointed. I mean, the trailer is really misleading if you've seen it. But it did win a number of awards, one of which being at the Cannes Film Festival, and Judd was even nominated for a Saturn Award for Best Actress.
No, it's synthetic. It's not even close.
I don't understand.
What?
What are you talking about?
No.
He said he knew where Lloyd was.
Agnes, listen to me. It doesn't know where Lloyd is. It doesn't know anything. It only knows what they program it to say.
All in all, Bug is sort of a cross between Invasion of the Body Snatchers and Requiem for a Dream. Essentially, this movie is about paranoid meth delusions and mental illness. But the fact that the playwright and Friedkin didn't feel the need to actually ever say the word meth or showcase the characters doing drugs all that much is really clever. It causes us as the audience to almost maybe believe what Peter is saying. I mean, sure, he sounds crazy, but maybe he's right. Maybe there really are bugs. Being isolated with his character, we essentially become Agnes, falling victim to folie à deux, the madness of two, which is a psychiatric syndrome in which symptoms of a delusional belief, and sometimes even hallucinations, are transmitted from one individual to another. It's a brilliant story, and a brilliant movie with brilliant performances. Please, for the love of God, reference this film.
Show me.
Oh, God, did you put something on that?
Oh my God. You think an aphid did that?
I know what did it to me.
Aphids can't bite.
You know a lot about aphids.
No.
Do you know anything about aphids?
No.
We do.
All right, guys, that was my review for the 2006 horror thriller Bug. Yes, I love this movie, man. It's for free right now on Tubi, so everyone can watch it. And Tubi is like the greatest streaming platform on planet Earth. Not only is it free, but they have real movies on it. It has some ad breaks in it, but no more than Hulu does, and you gotta pay to get ads on Hulu. And also, Tubi streams my original horror comedy film, Jesus, I Was Evil. So you know that they're the fucking best. But yes, like I said, guys, I've been really busy. Some exciting things should be coming out over the horizon. I just did a short film called Soul Standing By, which was produced by a studio that my business partner and I just opened here in Portland, Oregon. It's called Video is the Future. It is a small independent studio that's right in the heart of downtown. It's really phenomenal, really exciting. So make sure that you follow Video is the Future on Facebook and check out the website, and just show your support and make sure that you see all the projects that come out through that studio space. Also, my feature horror film that has been in post-production for the last 7 months called Don't Sleep should be right around the corner. It should be coming out soon. We've been talking to a number of distributors, so hopefully that one will be up and out there, and maybe even on Tubi as well. I was also the director of photography on a horror film that was shot in Southern Oregon, Northern California. I mean, we were just out in the middle of fucking nowhere, called The Bleeding Dark, and it stars Eileen Dietz from The Exorcist, and also Courtney Gaines, who's from, he's from a number of movies, but of course I mostly know him from Children of the Corn. He's Malachi. So yeah, there've been just a lot of things going on right now, but I promise to try and get back into this and keep the regular content coming. Until next time, guys.
You know who you remind me of? Do you know who you remind me of?
Who do I remind you of?
This guy I knew in the pen.
In the pen?
Yeah.
Mm.